Yeah, we got winter coming back for this weekend, cold conditions and accumulating snow, and that's why we got the alert day for tomorrow. Now, there's two big differences between the event that we had prior with all that snow and this one. One, we're not going to see the amounts that we saw even within that small band. We just don't have that. Two, we're not going to have much of the wind either, so that blowing and drifting won't be a factor. So those are two good things. Unfortunately, we still have hazardous travel, be slick spots or snow-covered roads during when we get the inch or maybe a little bit higher hour rate. So right now, the most of it's centered along I-90. But that's been shifting back and forth north and south. Everyone's going to see some snow as you look at this. It's just a matter of how much right now. And it's really right through I-90, a little bit further north or south. I think that's where the 3+ inches, potentially up to 6. I think that'll be a few areas. Most areas will be in that 3 to 4 at the most. Otherwise, you go further north, a little bit more question for Eau Claire getting into that 1 to 3 that's been kind of wavering. Further north all the way to Rusk County, still getting the snow, and even further south towards southwest Wisconsin and far northeastern Iowa down there, you still can get in that 1 to 3. Now, this could change, but I don't expect it. It may move, but the amounts are really not going to change much on it too, given the system is fairly quick and not as potent as the last one. That's why there's only winter weather advisories up for this one, because due to the amounts here, and pretty much it covers all that area, but this whole entire area is not going to see that 3 to 6. It's just that small little area as you note here. So you can see the track coming straight, really just sliding southeast across the area. As we look at that right now, it's taking shape all the way out to the northwest in Montana into Dakotas right there. Here's your cold front that's already come through with the colder air. So we'll have cloud cover increasing from the west. And then basically that is just going to slide southeast across the Dakotas, southwest Minnesota, and then right into southern Wisconsin too. So it's basically going to take that track as that low pressure just hangs right to the south. It should be dry all the way to maybe about sunrise. Some of the western areas could see a little bit of light snow coming. I've kind of made this 3D, so the darker shade indicates more intense snow, maybe getting up to that 1 hour per inch rate. We'll start seeing that really come into focus as we get towards 7 to about 9 a.m. as snow pretty much starts covering a lot of the area. And then note, late morning to about 1 to 2 is when you see some of this darker shade maybe more enhanced, getting that 1 to 2 inch per hour per rate coming through. So that period of really good accumulating snow won't be long, but it'll come through. And then by the afternoon time frame, you see that's pretty much just general light snow. So we're talking maybe visibilities to 1 to 2 miles. You'll accumulate, but you won't see them as much going into the afternoon. It'll continue light snow or eventually flurries all the way through the evening hour likely as the winds turn around to the north. And once again, we will see maybe 10 to 15 mile per hour winds behind this, so nothing really significant for blowing and drifting. The evening overall looks fairly quiet, given I think a lot of the flurry activity will be done with, but we'll be contending with that snow and start to clear out a little bit too. As we look at the temperatures tonight, colder to the north because the cloud cover will take a little bit longer to get into there. Otherwise, you'll be sitting into the upper teens and 20s. Now, tomorrow, where you have more of the snow, you're not going to see much in the way of change of temperatures, a few degrees. I kind of flipped through that. Saturday, generally just in the low 20s, mid 20s potentially. Now, the good news for Sunday, more sunshine, dry conditions. Unfortunately, it's still feeling like about the middle to end of January, temperatures in the 20s. Now, if we go to next week, we start turning things around a little bit. So Monday, not quite to where we should be, which is almost 40 at this point for a lot of areas, but it's getting there. Plenty of sunshine, and the rest of next week we start seeing a lot more 40s. Unfortunately, the pattern change also comes with a couple systems that provide mainly rain to a lot of the areas basically Wednesday night all the way through Saturday with some dry periods in between. And once again, those temperatures next week are going to fluctuate based on cloud cover and precipitation. So mid 40s is kind of the average right now. We might be warmer, and overnight we might be milder, but it is going to be milder going for the most part next week. But tomorrow, if you got travel plans, you're going to deal with probably a lot of snow going on.
All right. Thanks, Greg.